Audio Jungle.
Reports had it that in 2000, the United Nations Security Council created Resolution 1325 to build on the welfare of women as civilians were increasingly targeted in conflict environments. This resolution brought together civil society organizations and other key policymakers worldwide to deliberate on women's exclusion from participating in peace processes, even though they are the most vulnerable in such situations. The 1325 resolution, which centered on 4 basic pillars: participation, protection, prevention, and relief and recovery, specifically meant to address how women and girls are negatively impacted during violence, conflict, and war, but are yet to materialize in some states in Nigeria, despite their critical role to peace building in any conflict situation.
According to Nigeria, the country is too huge to be impacted from the federal. Develop what is called state action plans.
A case study of insurgency in the Northwest has further highlighted the urgency to implement the 1325 resolution, as it will not only prevent conflict, but also ensure women's active participation and involvement as a key factor for achieving and sustaining peace and stability within communities. This necessitated the gathering of these stakeholders at the Northwest Regional Conference on Women, Peace and Security, organized by Global Rights in partnership with UK Aid, themed Promoting Best Practices for Inclusive Security and Peace-Building Processes in Northwest Nigeria. It aims to enlighten decision makers on the benefit of implementing the 1325 resolution and seeing the women folk as partners towards guaranteeing a peaceful and secure environment for all. Speaking at the event, Dr. Lydia Umar, President of the Network on Peace and Security of Women in the ECOWAS region, appeals to all states in Nigeria to ensure full implementation of the 1325 to enhance protection of women and girls against gender-based violence and all forms of conflict and war in the region.
Now is to the remaining states, where we work as a region. Gender Awareness Trust, that I'm the executive director, works in all the 7 states of Northwest Zone, because we have so much in common. We are together. The development of one is the development of the others. If we leave others behind, then we are not developed. So I will make a loud call, and I know that Global Rights is listening, to ensure that by the next time we meet like this, that other states in the Northwest Zone will be able to say we have also launched our state action plan for the implementation of Resolution 1325.
Also in our presentation, the Secretary General, Women's Rights Advancement and Protection Alternative, Sadatu Mahdi, and the Sarki Yaki Gaji of Sokoto State, Alhaji Sani Umar, while noting the effect of conflict on women, called for sustainable economic empowerment to encourage girl-child education in the country. According to them, there is a need to address structural barriers to women's participation in peace building to enhance gender equality as a tool for security transformation and a more resilient, inclusive society.
For us to produce members, women representation, to speak on the have a voice in the women. If you go to northern states, mostly it's male dominated, and you can see men representing women, Ministry of Women Affairs, Chairman House Committee on Women. We don't want to hear this. We want to see women with a job representing. But as our time for us to speak, we will speak to ensure that the voice of the women is being considered so that they can engage in decision making. Of training, empowering us, giving us capacity to be able to lead, to be able to coordinate, and today we are so strong. And I assure you that we will continue to be your good ambassadors of positive transformation and ensure the women engagement in the decision making, women inclusion in the peace building, to provide their contribution to sustainable peace development, and ensure we want to ensure that also different opportunities provided for women, most especially in the legislative arm. We need to see that the women affirmative action is also looked into, Because whenever you see this work for women, the more you engage women in the decision making, the likelihood of women be active in ensuring girl child education, active in taking child innovations, active in also taking.
Meanwhile, representatives of Sokoto and Kaduna State Commissioners of Police urge everyone to take decisive action to safeguard its territories, adding that security is everyone's business and pledging commitment to continually protect women and girls in conflict situations.
Women should be encouraged to get more involved in peace building and security provision by removing those beliefs in our religion and culture that see the security and that of peace building as a work of men only.
The women inclusion is critical in security, peace, and building, basing their assumptions that building peace requires strengthening the position of specific actors and women who are often at the receiving end of armed conflict.
On his part, Global Rights Program Manager Edosa Oviawe said the conference is built on lessons learned and providing stakeholders with gender-friendly tips necessary for promoting peace and security in the country.
The last 10 years, the last decade, the incidence of mass atrocities across the Northwest has actually spiked. Northwest that used to be at the bottom in the ranking in terms of incidence of mass atrocity has suddenly become on the top in the last decade. And this is not far from the metasizing issues of insecurity we are having across the country, including banditry and the rest of them. And so we have thought, how do we begin to get the community to take ownership of their own security?
Audio Jungle.